And that is really what we have to get to the people. Them say, look here, man. When politicians not in the house, you know, them in a one another house, a drink liquor and a ha. Yes, and I play all vibes cartel too. Yeah, man. You see, you know, all you get them a go on this and a go on that. Them have them little party, them put on vibes cartel. Some of them know the words. Some of them know the words of vibes cartel music, you know, but oh gosh, man, them have a grand ball and fun. And then next day, them go back to them madness of trying to say how much them can scrape out of the people them pocket. We're there with you next Thursday. Sun bright outside. I don't understand where I'm going because at the night them cold tower. And then when you reach man and the place get hot, believe you me, something is happening to the temperatures. And you know, to the place now still a rain still a fall. And by the way, the National Work Agency, the road them when we see you fix up the other day, start dig out again. I kid you not, the road them want to fix up the other day, I dig out again. Unbelievable. And you know, say, I hear the police say crime gone down. We're glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. And now we say the two political parties them is starting up this warmongering that them used to do. When I bridge in a talk last night and him say, I beg them don't do it like in the 70s, 80s, you know. For those of us who did their own. And the way them are going, you know, it's like them want to start that up. The blame game lead to aggression and aggressiveness, especially when you're a politician. And them know how to rile up the people, them, you know. Them know how to rile up the people, them, man. Do you understand? All right. Little it make and just disappear. Nanko. Anybody know where they just tell me? Nanko, if you hear me, Nanko. Or it just disappear, so. Here comes the first giveaway. First person who answered the following question correctly win entrance to the 5K and pure water basket. Then why win an entrance to the 5K and a pure water basket? The numbers are 974-5051, 974-5079, 974-5043, and 618-0352. Here's the question. When will the Melbourne 5K walk run be held? When is the walk, the 5K Melbourne walk? When will it be held? If you win it, you're going to get an entrance to the 5K and also a pure water basket. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Long time I don't hear from a brother here, you know. Anybody know that brother here? Tell him to heal me up. Yeah, Business Roadshow. RFM now brings you a live outside broadcast from the MSME Business Show Roadshow happening at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Now over to Lady Timmy and Daddy Vibes and the outside broadcast school, live on location. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Muta. Thanks for joining us. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
All right, to yourself and to our area listeners who are locked in, if you're just joining us, we're here at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School in Santa Cruz, where the MSME Business Roadshow is on way. Let me remind you that it is brought to you by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Jamaica's Business Ministry, and the Inter-American Development Bank. So, of course, you know, once we go down this road, we have different entities that are here on board with us in order to talk and tell us why they had to partner to be a part of what's going on. And to talk with me right now is Dr. Yvette Castell, who is the acting CEO of the Jamaica National Agency for Accreditation. Good afternoon and welcome to our airwaves.
Good afternoon and thank you for having us.
It is indeed a pleasure. So let me ask, why is accreditation important for Jamaican businesses aiming to compete in international markets?
So, accreditation is a crucial element for Jamaican businesses for several reasons. First, accreditation provides global recognition because when we accredit an entity, that entity gets international recognition because we have our recognition from two very important corporations, the International Laboratory Accreditation Corporation and the International Accreditation Forum. So we provide international accreditation for businesses. We also assist in them having market access and trade facilitation. Also for them, it gives them a competitive advantage because then they will not just be seen as just a local business, but they will be internationally recognized.
Recognition, and that is very much important. So, the Jamaica National Agency for Accreditation, otherwise called JNAC, tell us, how does JNAC support MSMEs in maintaining quality standards and enhancing market access?
Okay, we do so in several ways. First of all, we provide accreditation services. So as I said earlier, when we accredit the entity is able to show that the persons who are performing the services, whether it be a test or a certification or an inspection, that those persons who are performing those services, they are competent to perform the services. Also, that the methods that they are using are internationally recognized, and if not, they are validated and verified. So the consumer can have trust and confidence that the product or the service that they are receiving is being done in an atmosphere of competence.
Right. So what are the key advice you would offer to business seeking accreditation?
All right. For businesses that are seeking accreditation, here are a few pieces of advice that I would give to them. First of all, you need to understand the requirements of the standard that you are going to be accredited to. Typically, we accredit labs to the ISO IEC 17025 standard, so you'd need to know about the requirements of the standard, or we accredit inspection bodies to the ISO IEC 17020 standard, so they would need to know the requirements of that standard. After knowing the requirements of the standard, they would need to perform a gap analysis to see how close or how far their practices differ from the requirements of the standard. Thirdly, they would need to implement a strong quality management system, which would be reviewed or accredited at the point of assessment. And of course, their employees need to be trained so that they will be able to perform the services that they are doing in a specified manner.
All right. And my next question is very much important, and I think it's a milestone, because JNAC recently became one of only 8 global bodies recognized by the FDA for accrediting food testing labs. How does this enhance Jamaica's food safety and export capabilities?
Wow, that's very critical and very important. As you said, it's a milestone.
Right.
It will help to, first of all, to strengthen our food safety standards, because when we accredit a laboratory locally and a manufacturer comes to that laboratory to perform the test, then when their product gets to the U.S. market or to the U.S. border, then the FDA would not need to go back and test that product again. So it provides expedited service or entry into the U.S. market. It also helps us to reduce our dependence on foreign labs, because here in Jamaica you'd have labs that are already approved by or accredited by JNAC and so approved by the US FDA. So it reduces the dependence on the foreign labs. And of course, it encourages growth in the Jamaican food industry.
Awesome. And in closing, what role does JNAC play in reducing technical barriers to trade for Jamaica MSMEs?
Okay, so we play a critical role in reducing technical barriers to trade, because we provide global recognition through our accreditation. And so we accredit locally, but then you are recognized internationally. When we accredit an entity, That entity name goes on our website, and of course there is an international registrar of accreditation bodies,
Right.
and JANAC would be on that registrar, and so the local entity, or because we also accredit in 11 countries in the Caribbean, those entities will get international recognition.
Right.
It also facilitates international market access and lowers the cost, of course, for MSMEs, because without local accreditation, businesses would need to send their products abroad for testing. And of course, that is more expensive. So in order for them to do it here in Jamaica, it also provides a lower cost for them.
Awesome. So JNAC is doing awesome so far, right?
Yes.
All right. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Look
Miss
here,
Castro.
all right, don't let her go ahead. Don't let her go
All
ahead.
right. Muta, so you mustn't leave yet.
Miss,
Okay.
Miss, pardon the ignorance here, but what is the meaning of MSME?
Oh, micro, small, and medium enterprises.
Micro, small, and medium enterprise. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
all right, thank you.
All
Okay,
right.
you're
All
welcome.
right. It was a pleasure talking to you, Miss Castro.
Thank you very much. It was our pleasure as well.
All right.
Thank
So here you have it. We are here at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School, where the MSME Roadshow is still on way, still going. People coming in, the information. It is very informative. I've learned a lot since I'm here. So I'm imploring all our area listeners, if you're hearing me right now, run on over. This is where you ought to be. It is the place to be right now. Until my next link, Muka, it's back to you.
Yeah, that was a live outside broadcast from the MSME Business Roadshow happening at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School.
ABC Electrical Sales, total source for building material.
They move it from Montego Bay and Ghana, Westmoreland with it. And we see them put it off. The reason being that them say one of the jury them wasn't there in the court. So them have to put it off again. Over 10 years now, we are talking about, and I have a doubt myself, but 10 years now, we are talking about since our brethren there dead in a lockup from Barnett Street. And nothing can happen up to now. Them charge 2 police. Nothing can happen to now. But we're upon the case. Yes. Me have my personal experience about that place. Yes. Me get locked up in there already with some youth. And it's the weirdest thing. They might want something in there where one man can't lay down on it, And apparently, a youth come in and never know the protocol and them go lie down on it. And so them have the field bucket right beside. Why I tell you, them have the field bucket right beside which part you lay down, And the youth go lay down on it and never know say another man rent it out already. And the man take up the bucket about 7 hours in the cell, About 7 hours in the cell. First time I got jail in a Montego Bay. The man take up the bucket, and dose the youth with it, You want to see the filter fly all over the place, A hose. Them take and wash out the cell. I tell you, every time I remember that something there, Rasta, me beg, still I can't do nothing about it, but it linger in my head for years. It linger in my head, That mean I sell with some man and the man take out the bucket and dose the brother with it. And all the policemen them could have do is just come in there. Them never come in there, them turn the hose in the place and wet up the whole away. Terrible thing. That place, that is where Buster Man did come and say, if Barnett Street can't hold the Rasta them, well, Bogill have to go hold them. And Bogill is our cemetery. It's a terrible thing.
Inland settlement in Chovy this morning. Dead is Albert Lindsay, otherwise called Bugsy. Lindsay was the operator of the Anna Banana restaurant on Folly Road in Port Antonio. Reports are that at about 8:40 a.m., men traveling on a motorcycle went to Lindsay's house and opened gunfire, hitting him multiple times. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. This incident pushes the number of people murdered in Portland since the start of the year to 5. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of Marstontown, St. Mary. It began at 6 last evening and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. tomorrow. The boundaries cover the Coleraine Roadway, Heaven Gate Gospel Chapel, Airy Hill Main Road, and the entrance of Marstontown. During the curfew, all persons within its boundaries should remain within their premises unless given permission by the ground commander to leave. In news overseas, U.S. President Donald Trump says Mexico will not be required to pay tariffs on goods that come under the trade pact between the two countries and Canada until April 2. Trump has not confirmed if the suspension also applies to Canada, but Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said he was hopeful the reprieve would apply to both of America's neighbors. The latest move is the second climb down in 2 days from Trump on his tariffs. On Wednesday, he said he would spare car makers temporarily from 25% import taxes just a day after they came into effect. And finally, Nigerian lawmakers have suspended a senator for 6 months the day after she submitted a petition alleging she had been sexually harassed by the Senate president. Last Friday, the senator made the accusations against one of the country's top politicians. After dismissing her petition on procedural grounds, the Ethics Committee recommended the senator's suspension, saying she had brought ridicule to the chamber. BBC reports that some of her colleagues argued that her suspension be cut to 3 months, but a majority voted to stick with the 6-month suspension recommended by the Ethics Committee. Those were the local and international headlines brought to you.
The time when the run walk got happen was won by Aston Gooden from Linstead. I mean, the first giveaway. We have more giveaway to give away, enough giveaways. But Barnett Street there. And some serious things going on that jail there in Rasta. And we are talking about evil, how them, the amount of Rasta locks will get cut off in the jail there. The amount of Rasta will get beaten, drawn, get type on back a jeep and drag go down a Barnett Street. Go down there so. It's not easy, man. And Buster Mante, on national hero, snap up 2 guns on him side and go down there go say, if Barnett Street can't hold them, Bogey will go hold them. Dead or alive, he might deal with it, you know. It's a terrible thing. Remember, I don't know why I bring up these things, you know. It's the Mario Dean thing, make me bring it up, you know. Remember when the Woolipa, what them call it now, political madness that go on, you know, with a walk, go down Fossick Road, and 2 man, I walk towards me with machete. And one of them said, Dread, you can't walk, go down there, so you know, bro, you have to go turn back. Me say, okay, me just turn back. Turn back. You see, when we walk go down the Barnett Street, them hear a man a ball, you know. A man a ball. And when me look, the man a go down at the station, and me have see, it's where my him hand there. Him wrap up a hand in a one piece of cloth and go in a Barnett Street station and put the hand on the table and say, and him start to bawl and say, look what them doing, my son, look what them doing, my son. The policeman, them jump and I say, away you do, man? Move from here with that, move from here with that. And the hand him have in a wrap up where them, the man, it look like the said man, they must stop me too. Said man, they must stop me if go down for sick road. I say, Dread, you can't walk go down there, you know. Them did that go out with some terrible things. Terrible things. That day wasn't drugs. It wasn't drug thing them days. It was politics. Politics that run the madness. And now we see them gear up again to make this thing a start again. PNP and GLP. We're ready for God confuse the people them again. If you listen to the radio station, them you can't hear the two of them, especially the one about the the Portmore being the next parish. Them at it, terrible.
Mota.
Yes.
Yeah, man, yeah, say boy, yeah, wonder why you talk about this thing, and you mentioned, say, the Mario Dean thing, make you talk about it with the whole Barnett Street incident. But we just start Lent yesterday, so we are come up back to the Bad Friday anniversary period.
Yes.
So you're right, in at the time, you know, if we talk about it again.
Why, Shane, me love you more
man.
than Jesus love little children. Shane, I tell me, say, at the right time, me talk about it because we are come up to the Bad Friday when they did massacre and jail and beat and cut off Rasta locks. Same time, them call it Bad Friday. We call it Bad Friday. Them talk about Good Friday. And it starts from Holy Thursday. It starts from Holy Thursday. The devastation and the madness were going against Rasta happened during that so-called Easter time when them literally crucify Rasta, that Rasta. All Rasta will never live a man thing will be. All in a Kingston, St. Thomas. Rasta man have to hide in a bush. Some man cut off him locks because him now, I don't want to tell you, no. You see, if I have all beard, if you want a man thing will be, I have a beard. Them check your Rasta, you better cut that off. So it's the right time for you, right time. And Mario Dean still not see the justice where it's necessary. Serious thing. And the outside broadcast school, live on location.
Hey, Musa, thanks for connecting with us another time. We're here, and of course, we're here still at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School, Santa Cruz, where the MSME Business Roadshow is on way, brought to you by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, and Jamaica's Business Ministry, partnering with the Inter-American Development Bank. And you know, when you come on to MSME business, when you come on to the industry, investment, commerce, and all, we have to speak with the Minister of Industry, Investment, and Commerce himself, none other than Senator the Honorable Obia Hill. Good afternoon.
What a pleasure to be back on your station.
Can I tell you?
Thank you so
We're
much.
starting to feel like family now.
I feel very good. Very
all
comfortable.
right, awesome. So, Minister, the day has been off to a great start. How do you feel about all that you have seen today?
You know, how I feel is what people tell me. I mean, many of them really can't believe that a road show from the ministry is in their hometown in St. Elizabeth. That's something you hear about in Kingston or Montego Bay or some fancy place.
Right.
But no, we brought it here, and the whole point of going around Jamaica, and this might be our 8th or 9th roadshow, is to take the ministry itself and its 20 agencies. I see that you have the trade board here with you.
Right.
Dr. Blake runs one of those agencies. And the agencies are here to look after the needs of people. When I used to run NCB, many people didn't want to come into the bank. Ordinary people don't come in the bank.
Right.
That's where people like you in their high heels and fancy lipstick work. Okay, so them don't go in there.
Right.
And the same thing tends to happen with the agencies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's sort of foreboding place to go. So we take it out to them. And they are amazed. They don't even know that some of these places or agencies exist to help them with looking after getting their products ready for market or for export or finding some money through Exim Bank or DBJ or JAMPRO, guiding them as to how to set up a business. And the Companies Office of Jamaica is right here to register them, and they're in and ready to go.
So they're in the know.
They're in the know. And not only do the agencies come, but they walk around and talk to people at the exhibitions, in the exhibition, so they know. They say, "Look, you need to
come
do
to
this.
Booth.
Come to this booth. We can offer you something, some knowledge, some work." And then some of them, of course, invariably want some money. We can guide them to Exim Bank or DBJ, or we get somebody from JAMPRO or somewhere else to guide them. So that is why we're on the road show, because the SMEs. They are the ones, the businesses in this sector employ 70% or more of our employees in the country. We know big companies, the Gracies, the Wasinkos, and so on. But it's these companies that employ 15, 25 people that's where the growth is.
And the reception today.
And you can see it when you feel it, yeah. And they're so young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
many of them
people
are straight out of school and they go to Heart. Heart has been, it's at least 6 of these entrepreneurs that have had their initial training at Heart, and Heart set them on the road.
Set them on the road. Awesome. The last Business Roadshow that was held in Clarendon provided $3 million in grant funding in micro and small business. Talk to us about that, and how do you feel, and what do you think is happening with all of that grant?
You know, that's $3 million. Today, the amount we've given out with the people who are going to win today is $14.6 million in grants, not loans, no interest. They get it. Last year we gave $150,000 to the micro entrants, the 5 of them who would win. They got 300. Well, I spoke to the permanent secretary. This year we've upped the 150 to 200,000 and 400,000. So it's a nice bit of money to get one time in your hand. Because many of these small entrepreneurs never get 400,000.
They need
sometimes
resources.
Even 200,000 one time in their hand.
Right,
so they find it a way to use it to expand.
Right. As Jamaica's business minister, you have consistently emphasized that in order for us, Jamaica, to become a rich country, we must export our products and services to more markets. What other ideas, what other advice would you have for persons in this MSME industry?
One of the things that I did not only say you must do that, I took 8 or 9 business missions up to 73 people, and we only have 5 or 6 government people in there. All of them paid their way to go with me. They say you can't stay in your office and find markets.
Right.
So I take them with me on my business missions. They spend their money. They have developed business. So a big part of what the investment is on the market is that ordinary Jamaican people, many of them young, develop their own business after traveling with us.
Awesome. And of course, Senator, you know it's a pleasure, but I see you have a partner over here and we want to talk to him too.
Please.
So we're going to move on and then I'll
right.
thank you officially. All right. So he is Dr. Hugh Blake, and he's the trade administrator at the Trade Board Limited. Good afternoon and welcome to our
Good afternoon to you and your listeners.
Right. So tell us, why it was critical for the Trade Board to be a part of what's happening today?
Oh, this is a wonderful opportunity for us to come out into the field and interface directly with small businesses,
right,
and to assist them in whatever way we can, answer whatever questions we can, explain the programs that we have going to assist them, all designed to assist them.
Right, and of course the Trade Board has been doing a lot and recently launched its Export Academy and an online academy. Talk to us quickly about that.
Okay, right. So, you know, one of the things that we perceived very early on is that a lot of Jamaicans don't understand, or they think that the whole process of exporting is very complicated.
Right.
So we decided that, listen, we need to do something about that. So we designed an online export academy,
right,
where any Jamaican who's interested in exporting can register and actually learn about the process of exporting. And the good thing about it is that if you have a particular interest in a particular product,
right,
you can actually learn about what it takes to export that specific product. Yes, and you know, so
and it's doing good so far.
Well, we just launched. There's a lot of excitement around it. In a few months, we'll be able to tell, you know, what like, kind of traction it has.
All right, in 30 seconds, we're closing. What would you advise people why they need to come and join us right now?
Well, let me tell you, information is key, and you need to know. And here is a wonderful opportunity for people to come and be informed. Yes. And so I would just encourage any and everybody who has any business interest to make your way down to steps.
Yes, and that's where we're at right now.
Take advantage of what
going on
we are offering here.
All right, thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Sure.
And once again, Senator, it was a pleasure talking to you likewise. All right. So there you have it, our listeners. It's all about what's happening at Steps right now. So you need to come on down and join us. Listen, don't miss out on the information. Run on over. Until my next link, Muta, it's back to you in studios.
Yes, that was a live outside broadcast. I mean, MSME Business Roadshow happening at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School. We're going to connect with them again, I think, at 4 o'clock. Yes. So, in the meantime, in between time, it's odd times. Play the odd them, break, 5-2. And the question is, name the title sponsor for the Melbourne 5K run walk. You hear me? Name the title sponsor for the Melbourne 5K run walk. Okay. Meanwhile, we're going to do this. Here we go. Here we go. In Jamaica. In other words, company, when you say, thief the people them more than anything else, rob the people them, I should have said, more than anything else. And my family say, the Water Commission, yes, Water Commission, one of the thiefest company them in Jamaica. And we have panelists, the extortionists them. The extortionists them. We just say people and just decide that they want to take away them hard-earned money when them set up them business and go extort them. We have panelists here. The bank them seem to care monitor people account in a way where so much of these schemes don't come true and make poor people a ball, and even people who have money in there like Usain Bolt a ball. So the bank them need to tighten them things together. And then you have the telecommunication company them. Because we have now, them lack of, you have no internet, you know, for all that DR2. And you see when it come back, them won't even say, make them give you a blight in your, the amount of money we usually pay. If you say, all right, since we lock me off for 2 days, we'll give him a day. Them still charge the same, like say they use it. Big thief them. Big thief. And then you have now GPS. GPS almost topped the list. GPS, same thing with them. Them lock off your current and them do some work. And them not really say, well, we lock off them things for a day, you know. I could take out half day pay, half day money out of them receipt. Them just take the same amount of money. And I still can't understand how come when you're not there in your yard, your light bill come up to the same thing if you don't know the light them not turn on. I don't understand that. Don't think people usually left on when them left their yard at them fridge. Them fridge. And when you come back, your light bill still at the same place. And some serious robbery with aggravation. Aggravation because when you see it, you get aggravated. And then we have the politician them. The politician them top the list. Because the politician them cause more pain. And even worse than the extortionists them. Because more time the extortionists them are target people who have business. The government no longer target who have business, but who not ever work. Yes. And especially like how we say, this election have come up here now. And now you're going to say, madness. Pure madness you're going to say. And when them say September election, yeah. The people, they must check a stock and look on them situation 5 years ago and look on it now and say, am I better off now than 5 years ago? And then you have to look on the man who live beside you. Look on the man who look like you. Who are run up and down behind the politician, them car and van, and I go check them in them office and them thing. And tell me if the man who in your community who do these things like you, if him better off than you, more than likely, he is in the same boat like you. And that is really where we have to get to the people, them say, look here, man, when politicians not in the house, you know, them in a one another house, a drink liquor and a ha. Yes, and I play all vibes cartel too. Yeah, man. You see, you know, all you hear them a go on this and a go on that. Them have them little party, them put on vibes cartel. Some of them know the words. Some of them know the words of vibes cartel music, you know, but oh gosh, man, them have a grand ball and fun. And then next day, them go back to them madness of trying to say how much them can scrape out of the people them pocket. And how them are cut all of the people them pocket. For enrich themselves. For them and them picnic, come own Jamaica. Like the white people them who did come here. And see the people them and take away the land from the people them. Like the white people them will go to America and see the native them and take away the land from them and now I call them alien in them own land. When I run them, did I run from for them country, I look better and end up in our next man country and thief the land like anywhere them go. So we have marked them company there, you know, JPS, the Water Commission. Yes, a big, the bank them. You open an account and them now give no interest. And when you look, them a draw out money for all sort of thing. If you go at the ATM machine, them draw out money for that. Even if you look on how much money, if you look on how much money you have in the account, when you take a sack, them take out some money because you don't look on it. It's a jackass at the world level. We're going to take a break and come forward. Break time.
Of women standing tall.
Very important interview to me personally. The lady's name is Claudette Anderson, PhD. And it says here she's executive director and professor of Obia at the Unuche Foundation and Afro-Atlantic Religious Reparations Non-Profit. She received her PhD in interdisciplinary studies in cognitive ethnomedicine and religion from Emory University. And the list goes on and on and on. But if we start to say the whole of them, we're going to shorten up the interview and we have so much things to talk about with her. I hope she's on the line. She's on the line?
I'm here, Mutabaruka.
Yes. Good afternoon, Miss Anderson. Good afternoon.
A pleasant good afternoon to you.
I hear that there's a next person, Mr. Bold. Is there a next person?
Is he here?
Oh, they say they never get him. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I sent your producer the number again. He's been waiting.
Oh, yes?
He's been waiting for the call. Yes.
Okay. Oh, you send the producer. Okay, all right. She will figure it out. All right.
Okay.
I heard, I was very interested in this Row Nation thing that kept at the Institute. The Institute,
yes.
Yeah, where you had two brethren, continental African speaking, or one continental African speaking. I think the other one is from America, I'm not sure, but they was talking about the idea of Obia, and in the Yoruba tradition in Nigeria. And I found it very interesting because, as you know,
Igbo tradition, not Yoruba.
Igbo tradition, yes. Mm-hmm. And as you know, in Jamaica, this part of our culture is demonized. And it come from a long time from Europeans come here and experience what it is all about. Them demonize it like every other thing. So I wanted you to really explain to people them who listen to this program is very normal and is very interested, but also very alienated because of previous mindset towards what Obia is. So, I could start by asking, what is Obia? Hello?
If we're talking about continental African ancestors, Obia is not a what, generally speaking. My groundation is the Igbo culture. So we're going to talk, I'm talking from the Igbo point of view.
Okay.
All right. So Obia is first and foremost a person, a healer, a medicine man, what people call shaman.
Yes.
In
bush doctor.
Bush doctor. No. Obia comes from the word dibia. Dibia. Dibia means an expert in wisdom and knowledge. They say you're a dibia. Like you say you're a doctor. No. The Obia is the dibia who travels to do healing work. So like the Doctors Without Borders.
Yes.
That's the Obia. So you have a dibia tradition, both male and female. As a matter of fact, it's very inclusive. The first dibia is conceived of as a woman, not a man. Right? So this is why in Jamaica, women, let's say we say the women heal and the men kill when it comes to modern definitions. But if we're talking about continental Igbos, a dibia is a healer. An Obia is a person, a traveling healer. Now, there are a lot of nuances to West Central African language. Each word has basic four meanings, for slightly different intonations. And so the other thing I want the people to know is when we say you're a traveling dibia, the word bia means to come. Now, again, we're talking about our intelligent, wise ancestors who know that if you land somewhere, you must have come from somewhere else. No, so?
Yes.
So when we say to come, implicitly it also means to go. So the O, right, is this article that references he, she, or it. So you have that O or that zero, which is infinity. And that defines everything because you're either male or female or non-human. So if you're going to say the what of Obia, it would be the it, right, which we could reference. That making sense to you? So,
I understand what you're saying, you know. I'm understanding what it's not to me, though, it's to the people who's listening.
Okay. So you kidnapped me from the coast of Calabar. You took me from Calabar and come over here, and under these horrible circumstances of being raped and beaten and enslaved, I start calling. Right? What am I going to say? I'm going to say Bia. So this is linked to the legend of the flying Africans and the song that has come down to us from the Gullah-Geechee, which is Kumbaya, which is actually They're calling on
Kumbaya.
Yeah. Come and save us. Come and help us. And this is the story that we have heard in Jamaica and in all of the black diaspora, quote unquote, where there were Africans who flew back and forth. So Obia, if we're going to come to modern day now and talk simply, Obia is a healing mission. All of these healers, these mediums, these people with the wisdom and knowledge of how to fly like Superman. The Dibia is the original Superman, the original Invisible Man. All of these quote-unquote esoteric aspects of human life were experienced because of the unprecedented horror of the European slave trade. And so this word becomes demonized because it is anti-slavery. If my child is calling me and I'm in Africa and I'm here and I fly over here, then this is the notion of Jamaica having the most rebellions in the English-speaking world. That we never stopped fighting because we always had people coming to help. We always had these dibias and whatever the word is in the other African traditions, right? Okomfo for Ghana, right? The Babalawo for the Yoruba, that they were always coming and helping with these rebellions. And so Jamaicans should know that for 100 and odd years, our ancestors were living in this horror, but they were able to manage because we had our spiritualists coming over to help us navigate the playing field. It was not until the Taki Rebellion, which was almost successful. Let me stop here. Let me back up. The Maroon Treaties, right, separated the Africans in Jamaica. And so the Maroons were up there and they were freer to practice, right? Plantations, the Africans enslaved on the plantation, they had less, bandwidth to move about in terms of their spirituality. So we know that with the signing of the treaties, the Maroons became the British police. The Maroons were the first police force on the island, right? And the Taki Rebellion, we know that it was an Obia man. This is how the word has come down when we merge it with
what them saying was a Obia man.
Right. Instead of just saying Obia, you say Obia man, right? When we merge with the English. And so it's not so much that Taki was an Obia man, but that Taki had a spiritual advisor who was an Obia man, right? And so when the rebellion failed and they questioned they weren't rebels, our freedom fighters, they discovered that it was the work of an Obia practitioner, an Obia man, and that's when they outlawed it. They thought it was stupid, it was foolish before these stupid Africans paid it no mind until they were told that the rebellions were being engineered by Obia practitioners. This is the word we're going to use now in the modern era. And subsequent to this, the Maroons are free to practice their Obia. So I want people to understand that from the European point of view, they respected this thing enough that the Maroons could practice, and that's what the Maroons used to capture Taki and to stop the rebellion, and they boast about it, right? That is Maroon Obia, right? So when people in Jamaica, 21st century Jamaica, sit down and hearing all of these things, they need to understand that intrinsically, this is simply a people's way of life, a people's way of fighting.
Yes.
But Africans, as primal people, we have access to some forces in some ways that some other people don't have access to, right? And we were able to employ them in the service of freedom. And it is only because of the Taki Rebellion and the near success that we would have been able to take over the entire island, that African religion practice they began to take it seriously and therefore outlawed it.
All right. So I could ask, something that you say. You say that the Africans used to fly from Africa, come to Jamaica?
And elsewhere. Yes. And fly back. Yeah.
You know, we're going to find that hard to believe, though.
Yeah, because, European viewpoint. So let me ask you something.
So how come they're not doing it now?
Because it is said there is too much negative energy. The enslavement, the mass enslavement of primal peoples and the mass genocide of primal peoples created a state of affairs on the earth, unbalanced state. There's so much negative energy around now. And this is what the DBO will tell you that, and also I can pre-say, we don't fly anymore because there's just too much negativity out there and too much interference.
So what would you know? What would you know instead of flying?
Well, to the extent that these are practitioners of esoteric knowledge, there's telecommunication. So the first cell phone was the Obia man. The first invisible man was the Obia man. First Superman was the Obia man. You do telepathic communication. You can astral travel instead of physically flying, right? You can do astral traveling, but that too people don't engage with anymore because there's just too much negative energy out there. The cell towers are killing bees, right? So that's how terrible it is for us in this time. All of this technology that we have is at the cost of the planet or home that we live on.
All right.
Right?
I want to, all right. Can no whip people out there think like me. I am almost like a better word, a Thomas. I am saying no. Eh?
Yeah, man, it is.
Know what you say?
I said doubting is a good thing. It leads to truth.
Of course, doubt is a good thing because I don't know if I can explore it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
At what period of African history during slavery these flying was taking place? And how come is it that if that was happening, how come some of shall we reach over here? Where was the Obia man at the time? Well, we will never have no cell phone and all this thing, but was actually practicing it. Where was the Obia man to prevent or stop this atrocity against African people?
All right. You got to take the cosmic view now. All right? Work with me.
I gotta try.
Mm-hmm. Where were the Israeli soldiers when Hamas entered Israel and stole those people?
The Israeli soldier was right there.
Mm-hmm.
But they never do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hamas people, them come in upon them, what them call it, something with them jetting pan, flying pan. Them never actually fly to them was Obia people.
Mm-hmm.
If people really start to say that now, that going to make the thing get away now. Them coming there pan, what them call them something there with them jetting pan, them jetting. Anyway, what you suggest? What you suggesting?
No, the point I was making, right, was that people still got kidnapped even though there were military present.
Yes, of course. So what you saying caused that?
Right. So we tend to forget, right? Right. So this is what the Europeans have done to us. We're now black. Before we were black, we were Igbo, we were Yoruba, right? We were different ethnic groups. And so the infiltration of Africa, West Central Africa, right, occurred. These people just come in like normal. It's the same thing they did to the Native Americans.
But we know them coming there. We know them coming there.
And they're hospitable. But guess what happened now? Bling, bling. Dibias Babalawas, Okomfos, don't take their things. Same thing the priest told the Native Americans. Do not take their things. So it reached a point now where bling bling disrupt the society. People were being feted by the king of England back in the day, while our ancestors were being beaten. So it's not that the Dibias couldn't stop it. There are two reasons I'm giving you here. The first one is this: I'm talking about infiltration and the bling bling, and a group's inability, right, to stop people who are sovereign from negotiating their own lives. So you have two people, them come first, the white man come first, them up on the shore, them not set foot, see them and go down there, oh, we need so and so. As a matter of fact, I think it was the king of Benin, don't quote me, who actually said, they thought these people were honorable. They didn't understand chattel slavery because they had a there. No.
But
so
how you connect that to the Israeli, the Hamas invasion by Israel? How you connect that to it?
That you could still have a mighty, mighty nation with arms and it still be invaded.
Yeah, well, we know that because even like this, as I say, if in these days, David will still kill Goliath. But what I'm saying is that you're talking about people flying in that time and yet still having all of these powers but still get enslaved.
Yes, so work with me now. Just work with me. Work with me. It's a cosmic view. This is why I'm bringing in the Native Americans. I am saying that you live in a society. Well, it wasn't. We didn't call it a society then, but we have these groups of indigenous people living in harmony, and people are sovereign. So the first two people who came, right, and they said yes, we have some people we can give you. The king of Benin, when the thing got out of hand, he said, you know what, we don't like this idea of you taking away our people. Why don't you have the plantations here? What I'm trying to negotiate with you and help you to understand is that the first encounters, they're not antagonistic. When we sit here now and say, oh, them could have do that, right?
Yeah.
It's not an antagonistic thing. You think you're dealing with a reasonable person.
Yeah, but after you realize that it's not reasonable. That's what I'm talking about, When ships start to come and people start to say them people have get to go away. And then the Africans, not seeing themselves as African, but different nations like Igbo, Yoruba. And if they're at war with them, they might take those two over there as prisoners and set them on the ship. So I'm saying now, where was these flying Africans, these Obia men, who was flying to help the Africans in this part of the world? Because you said them come here. What did they come here for? Fly to Jamaica for?
Before stopping it over there. That's what you're saying.
Before stopping it over there, not long stopping it over there, but freeing the people then before it reached 500 years of slavery.
No. Yeah, because people are sovereign, and you're not thinking in terms of black.
No, we're not talking about black. We're talking about, all right, if I will people from Yoruba.
You know that there are people who volunteered to come over here? People volunteered to come, thinking they were coming into a good situation.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the volunteer now. I'm talking about when you see the situation. Why the people them fly come over here? That's what I'm talking about, The people them fly come over here for what?
To help.
Why them fly?
To help, because they were being called by the people who were
slavery. And take 500 years for them help, and we're still in the same problem.
No. It's not take 500 years.
Well, it's 500 years now it'll go on for.
If the Obia man, if the African spiritualists weren't helping, we would all be dead.
But we are dead now.
Yes. In a different way. But Muta, I'm trying to make a point that at a certain level, at the cosmic view, if people are sovereign, right, and you tell them don't do something, and then do it. You tell them, don't do it. If you do this, this is what is going to happen to us. And the people say, no, we like this. You ever see them dress up in the British clothes? Them say, no,
Mama, we're not talking about British clothes. No, we're talking about the people them who come over here to help. The flying matter. The flying, if you know this, the flying, I have a problem with, I have a problem with this flying thing. Like Superman. We were the first Superman. Superman is a mythology. It's not even mythology. It's a man imagination, a white man imagination. If we start to say, you had Superman in Africa that can fly, come over here. How is it that them could fly, come over here, and we have millions of Africans in a slavery area, so, and nothing could have helped them with all this great esoteric knowledge and thing? It never stopped them, and we're still there for 500 years. That's my problem with that.
Muta.
Yes.
Muta.
Yes.
Listen to me. I'm talking about sovereignty and cosmic rule.
Yes.
In one account, listen to this. I'm trying to get you to go back to a time where people never saw wicked. It's very hard.
All right, back into Africa. When the white man never reached them, I could talk about this. So.
All right. But may I finish this point first? Let me finish the point here. One of the stories written by the evil others, when they caught the Obia man and they're burning him, the Obia man said to him, you can't kill me. Right? And he says, your Obia is stronger than mine. This is what they wrote in the book. We're going to accept and say, all right, it's true, them at them. All right, let us say that is true. What is the Obia man saying as a spiritualist, right? And the other meaning of the word Obia is this will. And so what the Obia man was saying to him is, okay, I am accepting that your will to murder and kill and be evil is greater than mine.
Yes.
But we don't have a heaven and we don't have a hell.
Yeah.
But so if we're talking about continental Africa, not how it is now after Christian, we don't have a heaven.
Accepting what you're saying. Look here, I am not opposing what you're saying in relationship to that.
Okay.
What I am having problem with is you telling me that in times before the white man them go there and black people realize that the white people them come, we come over here. So what did we come over here to do? It would have to be to free the people them who end up over here so with the white man them. But we never see that happen. So these shamans from all these different nations in Africa having this flying power. And we don't see it. I don't see it.
Okay.
No, the excuse is that we're in a situation now where it's modern day, so that power of flying gone. I don't want to accept that. I don't accept that.
Oh, no, I never said gone.
Or it gets it's gone under. It's gone under.
Yes, because of the energy.
But I don't see nobody in Africa can do that. I have been to the deepest part in Africa.
You expect something as esoteric as flying.
Yeah.
That you will mundanely see it every day?
No, not every day, but see it somewhere, not every day.
All right, so you haven't seen it, but you need to go to accounts of the supernatural. If I tell you that I see one last week, would you believe me?
I would have to accept what you say, but I don't necessarily have to believe you.
All right. So what I'm saying is this, right? That you're talking about metaphysics.
Yes.
You can't expect to have physical answers for metaphysical things.
That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. Because the only way you know it is metaphysical is if you can decipher it physically. It's when you start to use your intelligence physically, you realize that this thing is metaphysical and that is not metaphysical. So to say that you can't decipher it, I don't know how you know say metaphysical if you can't decipher it.
All right. So maybe decipher is the wrong word. But you want metaphysical things to operate in the same way as physical things. Maybe that's a better.
No. I have been to voodoo. Eh? Oh, sorry. All right. I don't want to go there. Oh, I just over there. So I wrote that. We have a connection here to do. We're going to come forward. Just give her a moment here. Yes. The MSME. Sorry about that. I can find it here. Wow. So the conversation gets so deep.
Yeah, the reason I don't want to, the reason I'm not answering is I need you to bring Ezemo because I don't want to speak on it.
Why you don't want to speak on it? You're professing it, so why you don't want to speak on it?
Yeah, but he can explain it a little better, I believe.
No, but if you're professing, you're supposed to can't explain it or you come to the belief.
I can't get you to go back to the sphere.
I am going back as far as you send me to. That is what I did. I go back as far as you send me to. You know, I look into the paper here, but I have been to voodoo ceremonies, Yoruba ceremonies, Igbo ceremonies, and I go to Christian ceremonies, you know, Roman Catholic ceremonies. And up to now, I don't see nobody where I fly to go save nobody. Them going a plane. And every time I say it used to happen, you have to give me evidence of it because the evidence of it is not shown in the liberation of African people. All these things over here African people can do. And them still in the same problem. I don't understand that. That is where me get the turn to Thomas.
All right. Listen to me now. I'm coming back to the cosmic level.
I'm trying to find this paper, you know. I don't want to start again, you know, because I have to go to this link. Okay, this link, yeah. So we are going again. The MSN something, all right? The amount of paper. Shamara food up with some of the paper, yeah.
Can Shamara try get Ezemo again?
All right. All right. Meanwhile, we do this connection. We're going to IRFM now, bringing you a live outside broadcast from the MSME Business Roadshow at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Now over to Lady Timray.
For one thing I represent
the outside broadcast.
Musa, thanks for rejoining us. That's okay. Yes, Shamara fully over paper.
I tell you, man, people like paper, man.
All right, so of course.
Bible have in front of me. I have different things I must do.
Can I tell you? All right, so of course we're still here at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School in Santa Cruz, where the MSME Business Roadshow is still on way. And I'm joined now by two handsome gentlemen who will be anchoring the final leg of our live stream to the studios of IRFM. Of course, the first one that I'll be talking to is Mr. Marlon Johnson, who is the Senior Programs Director at Art NSTA Trust. Good afternoon and welcome to the airways of IRFM.
Thank you so much for having us today, Tim. You're looking so beautiful this evening.
Thank you. It is a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk a little bit. What role does the Art NSTA Trust play in fostering entrepreneurial skills and supporting small business development at this roadshow?
Thank you very much. At the Art NSTA Trust, we see entrepreneurship as a pathway for development for our trainees in particular.
Right.
So we offer a number of grants to our trainees. Every year we support over 230 persons in entrepreneurship.
Right.
Through grants, not a loan, but a grant, so they can have this money to stimulate and grow their respective business. But in addition to that, we ensure that these businesses, after they get these inputs, they innovate, they grow, they get new inputs, so they stay alive after receiving the input.
So innovation is, of course, important.
Very important.
Right? So how does the Art NSTA Trust ensure that entrepreneurs have ongoing support beyond a roadshow experience like these?
Right. So it's not only about getting the inputs and getting information. So as I said to you before, all of the persons who receive our inputs every year, we have technical support for them for up to 24 months.
Wow.
So literally hold their hands, bring in all the partners you see here, the DBJs, everybody, to let them understand the process, the logistics, the tax inputs of paying your taxes.
Right.
All the inputs to ensure those businesses stay alive but also scale and scale at the right time.
And today was well received based on all we saw today.
Beautiful day
was indeed. All right, what trends are you observing in the skill requirement for MSMEs in Jamaica, and how is your organization adapting to meet these?
Well, a critical skill is really what the persons call as soft skills, for them to communicate their offerings, to ensure that they live up to what they say they are.
They say they are. Okay.
And we do training, of course, we do a lot of training in customer service. And again, we cannot leave out the innovation for them to innovate, because the world around us continues to change.
Right.
And if our business remain the same, they'll die. So it's critical for them to understand the evolution of the business. So they start here, but they have to evolve and meet the trends.
Expand and try to stay, in the know.
For sure.
Plus, of course, stay in current.
And of course, we offer training in entrepreneurship. So we train them to ensure that they understand the business of the business. Say maybe a carpenter, but you don't know the business of carpentry. So we train them in entrepreneurship up to level 3, a diploma in entrepreneurship. So they know the business of the business.
Awesome. He is Mr. Marlon Johnson, Senior Programs Director at Art NSTHS. It was a pleasure talking to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right. And of course, the next gentleman I'm joined by is Mr. Jason Ferguson, who is Investor Relations Manager at the Development Bank of Jamaica. Good afternoon and welcome to the airwaves.
Good afternoon, ladies.
And how is your day going so far?
It's going great.
A receptive one from the people, right?
Yes.
It has been. All right, let's talk about DBJ. And they has provided grant funding for successful pitch competition winners. How did they support the drive for MSME development?
So the MSME sector always has a hard time getting out the gate, getting out the start. I know we see the products on the shelves, we see the services being offered when they're ready, but there's a process to get there. So the entrepreneurs don't make any money until that product or service is ready. So DBJ is happy to come in with these grant programs to help them to get the funding needed to create the product, to get the necessary patents in place, to get all the things needed to get that good or service out to the public.
All right. So what role does DBJ play in fostering innovation and entrepreneurship in Jamaica?
So we have a number of grant programs, a number of capacity building programs. We also partner with our NCA. With Marlon, we have the JBDC, Jamaica Business Development Corporation, and they are the mother of our program called the Gemini. So the Gemini looks to build capacity for MSMEs from business plan creation to giving them time at the SRC to create their products, to the BSJ getting their standards observed, all these processes to help them and grow. So that's just one of them. And for persons listening, there's a JBF call out, Jamaica Business Fund. We're giving out grants again to a cluster of 4 businesses that are working together in the same industry, whether linear or through forward processing.
Okay, awesome. So in closing, are there new initiatives in place to further help MSMEs access capital and resources in 2025?
Well, I want to say we have been in conversations with international and local partners with our BE program, and I believe we should keep our ears to the ground. Something big is coming again from Biggie, so let's look out for that.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mr. Ferguson. It was a pleasure talking to you. And likewise over here to Jason. All right. Of course, it is my last link, final link for the day, but I cannot leave without giving a big shout out to my team who has been with me here all day, keeping it down on the ground. I got to say a big shout out to my producer, Mrs. Simone Brown Keys, and of course my engineer who is out of vacation back into vacation, Mr. Gregory White, and his assistant Bigger. I didn't know that vibes on Louisa still always keeping the vibe alive. I am yours truly, Lady Timmery. It was a pleasure bringing you and keeping you in the know with what's happening right here at Stets. So it's not to Mutabaruka in studio. Dig up the paper, them boss, eh?
Yeah, we find them.
You find them, all right, good.
That was a live outside broadcast. MSME Business Roadshow happening at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School. And as you used to say, that was the last one for the day, so I can't show the paper there now. Okay, so we have a thing, we have to take the break and come forward to it. Take the break.
Showed me what's really important in this meeting.
Yeah? Oh, you're here. Okay, I just hear, Yeah, say, we have to go do this interview and next time we can get a longer time.
Muta.
Yes.
Yeah, but I came to talk about the event on the 20th, and you jumped me with Obia, and you gone to the flying side, and I don't even get to talk about what I prepared for. I thought we were coming here to discuss the launch of the calendar.
What, to talk about what?
The calendar.
Oh, I never talking about the calendar. We just mentioned the calendar and talking. We never who was talking, who wanted to talk about Obia, that's what I tell you, was going to talk about.
Oh, we had a misunderstanding then.
But if you tell about the calendar, you still have time, you can tell about the calendar.
Okay. So, Igbo Cal plus Oge Igbo, which is a watch, which I told you about. We're launching an Igbo calendar on the 20th of March, which is the equinox. We're having an app. We'll have printed and a digital version as well as a watch. This is a knowledge reparation event, right? So what we're saying is that since our people came over here, there are all different types of calendars being used, but the calendars of our ancestors. People use Egyptian, people use Chinese, people use Ethiopian. Nobody's using a calendar from West Central Africa. Nobody's using a Taino or Mayan or Native American calendar. There is a similarity between the Mayan Taino calendar, which we know the Tainos were the natives on the island before Europeans invaded and then brought us. They have a 13-moon, 28-day calendar, and it's the same calendar that obtains in Igbo culture. So we're bringing out this calendar to make it accessible to people, the people who want to follow the natural rhythms of the ancestors who were here before. Now have an opportunity. They don't have to use the Gregorian. They don't have to use the Egyptian, which is what a lot of people use because of, this notion of Egyptian glory. But what our people, the blood, the DNA that runs through us, what our people use has not been accessible to us for a long time. And so we're making that available. It's going to be wonderful. There's going to be an app which people can use easily. We have in Igbo culture the 4 market days, which represent the 4 forces or the 4 elements, which correspond to all the 4s within our universe. So
not somewhere you can buy it, where you can get it physical copy?
We'll have it on the website for people to order or download. Okay. And at the event, we'll be bringing calendars to the event, and we'll have a watch that we might raffle for people who come. But yeah, this is what I thought we were gonna talk about. This is what we prepared for.
It's Obia was going to talk about. Remind us of when the event is.
March 20th at the Institute of Jamaica, 9 to 2.
9 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Okay.
At the Institute of Jamaica, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Don't feel away because I mentioned so I was going to talk about Obia. That's what I said I was going to talk about.
Oh, no, you caught me off guard there because...
No, I never caught you off guard, man. We was talking, we was going to talk about Obia and then you're going to tell me about the event that is going to take place. That is what we mentioned. Anyway, okay. Thanks still to come. And I hope we can speak again. Maybe we can talk before the event.
Yeah, intelligently. Yeah, let us. Because
what you mean intelligently? What you mean intelligently?
Yeah, man. Because Muta, we can't get to go back for one and forget the cosmic view. It's difficult to explain Obia to people.
No, it can be explained, man. It can be explained.
No,
look here.
All right. Muta, if I say to you there are 4 types of Dibias, that makes sense to you? The people.
No, if you explain it, it will make sense to me. If you explain it, it will make sense. But if you just say that, so.
The Dibia who the herbal right now, all of the herbalists them in Jamaica, Obia man or Obia woman, they're not going to accept that term. In continental Africa, all
right, no, we can't go back to the conversation now, though, because we have to go. Yeah. We have to go. Right. And I just want you to know that. All right, we have to go, though. We have to go. Give thanks.
All right, look.
Give thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what's probably there now? Melbourne. All right, we want to give away our next prize here. First person who answer the following question correctly win entrance to the 5K and them get an entrance to the 5K and a pure water basket. The numbers are 9745051, 9745079, 9745079, 9745043, 6180352. And the question is, where does the Melbourne 5K run walk start? Which part it going to start? Easy answer that. Which part it going to start? In the meantime, in between time, we're just going to play this.
Came off the cruise today and wanted to, as you said earlier on, go and look for family and friends, and also to soak in some of the attractions that Ocherius has to offer.
Absolutely.
We're talking about places like Dodgewell Falls and Dolphin Coombs and Chopper Coombs,
Mystic Mountain,
and all this place. Not to remember
on the beach.
Yes. Yeah, man.
You know, all of these different things. You know, you can definitely, you know, see where persons they enjoy this stuff.
No, for real. I mean, and the testimony of that, Mackie, is the return. When I came back, when I was trying to reboard not too long ago, I realized that patrons were waiting until the very last minute to board.
Absolutely.
And when I came, it was a seriously long line to get down to the pier.
All right, and we're also being joined by Nicholas. Nicholas, I know you have something to say.
Yes, I mean, I must mention the disappointment for many. I have friends on the cruise who, of course, stopped by KFC to take the entire tour back to Florida. There's a sign down here saying no local food.
No, but listen up.
So with that KFC, Burger King, mango,
no, but right outside of the pier, I'm testimony to that. You see a lot of people that eat up them jerk chicken and eat them mango.
They should have learned this. I remember last year, everybody apart where we offered mangoes. I mean, they might have a whole lot of mango in Jamaica and go on the ship.
Yeah, man. So that was part of the disappointment. But these people, they are not going to allow good food to go waste. Before good food waste belly bust.
Yes, man. Trust me. Yeah, I'm really hoping that everybody made it. But right now, the ship is actually moving away now. Based on how the waters look, generally move away kind of slow. And is that the boat from the pilot?
Yes.
So the ship is actually moving away now. It's supposed to be about 5 o'clock. I'm saying I'm moving. I understand what's happening. But I'm hoping everybody made it back because that Trelawney man there who I forgot 9 miles going to look back ball and stop my mother eat and stay down at Draxall. I really hope we make it back.
I really hope so.
So when I was entering back on board, I saw the gentleman, of course, from the cruise line who was saying, okay, we have 100 out. We have 100 out. So
what does that mean?
So he said, so at that moment but that would have been, you know, possibly over an hour ago. So we know that, you know, within that.
I was part of that 100, you know.
I must explain that easily because he actually got police escort.
Yes, he did.
Yes, I did.
My other friends, I mean, that police escort from St. Anthony.
No, listen, the traffic. No, this is really. I mean, we've been saying this all this time, and in particularly in the mornings. But I know that, you know, at this point in time, between the hours of for the entire duration of the ship being on location at this pier, traffic has been, you know, very tedious in the Ocherius and its environment, like you mentioned earlier on. And then the persons now, I think they underestimated the time returning in terms of thinking that it would have been smooth sailing back.
Right.
Well, I just want to say that the Prime Minister, in an interview with me, personally promised me that this is going to fix.
Yes, the Harry Belafonte Highway.
You know, normally take promise of Mr. Andrew. Yeah.
The Harry Belafonte Boulevard.
Yeah. And that promise came. That promise came with my friend, the Honorable Culture Minister by my side.
I was there. I wasn't there, but I heard.
Yeah,
I heard.
Internet concerts. Trust me, I am just
big here.
And when we can drive a bit faster and come on for the cruise ship and then tell me that, you know, you're supposed to come on back 3:15 and 2:30. We're in Ocherius certain that we make it. But right now, 2:30, catch your watcher. I'm coming to the cruise ship pier.
No.
You might reach here.
From the jerk center. From the jerk center to the cruise ship pier. It's 2 minutes drive.
2 minutes drive, that's correct.
2 minutes drive. And it can be what? It can be what?
So I have another.
There's no reason why I should take half an hour.
No.
Big ear.
And there's no reason why I should need a police escort.
I don't know if them can't hear me now. Big ear.
Yeah, we're hearing you about that.
Look,
Yes,
come
Buddha.
on. When I hijacked my program last night, I know no come and talk about traffic. Why you there on the board you talk about traffic and I hijack my program?
No, but
One
it's a
third of
part
my
of the
program.
experience, Scooter. That has to be.
I hijacked my program. I hijacked my talk about I hijacked the program last night. Didn't work out who's the king of reggae dance hall.
You see how I'm here choose to pick one motor?
No, because me I call everybody and nobody now answer. When me call you, you answer. A long time I say Courtney now answer, you know. No, when me I say, work out the king of dance hall yet. I mean, Nick work out film thing. Nick work it out, but apparently there are 3 people that never work out. Who are the king of dance hall?
No, after that conversation last night, I think we had another conversation outside for about an hour, probably, close to an hour.
About the same king of dance hall?
About the same king of the dance hall.
How are them people, right?
Yeah, no, I forgot to the Supreme Court or the Privy Council.
No, well, Nick look like him did settle with Beanie Man. He look like him did settle with Beanie Man. Him now not change for change.
And believe you me, I am still settled with Beanie Man. And all that, I'm not going to play dunce and foolhardy and all of that. Somebody will have to bring up some criteria that will point me in a different direction.
Yeah, well, Courtney say Sean Paul. Courtney say Sean Paul.
No, but you see, I am no big Buddha, but
Hey, Buddha, we don't want that kind of words.
No.
That's what we call of foul.
No, that kind of words. Here, watch the segue. Very someone later on will be performing. And of course, Richie Stevens, and we're looking forward to that. I mean, it's an all-white party, so later on, I'm sure, you're going to be seeing, already we're seeing persons in all-white, but I know by extension later on, it should be even more a white,
an all-white affair, and, the white them start people out already.
Yeah.
And, okay, nice. But before the all-white party unfolds, Mackie, there's a magic show at 7 o'clock on deck 7, when we understand that one of the finest magicians out of the Far East is going to put his craft on display.
But yeah, overall niceness. A lot of persons are still talking about the performances last night and what took place at the 90s party. And of course, we're at the white and black event, and that was pretty awesome. We were on both. There are two parties. One for more newer music, and of course one for the more mature audience with a lot of the classics from then. And that was pretty awesome. So overall, it was a wonderful time last night. We're getting ready to move forward. Like Nicholas mentioned earlier on, we will be leaving Ocherios in a matter of seconds. We possibly may be getting ready to depart right now as we speak. And, all in all, that is one of the situations happening. But we're still on the topic of stage shows and, of course, musicians. And we have a musician, as a matter of fact.
Yes, because the live aspect of the show, which most persons look forward to, Mackie, is a whole department
by itself.
Yes, not any one person, not any two persons. It is a team effort, and a good show can't happen without good musicians.
Absolutely.
And I am joined by one of the finest musicians in the business. Yes, a man who is part of the renowned Rough Cut band. In fact, he's the drummer from Rough Cut. And we just want to have a quick word with Drummy. We just want to have a quick word with Drummy as to the vibe that is happening on the Love and Harmony 2025 ceiling. What go on?
There, I'm a fan.
Watch that. Yeah, man. You are on stage almost every night?
Every night, yes. Every live performance
that has taken place so far, you are on stage. Right. How is the vibe? How is the energy? Who take it for yourself?
Oh God, why? Elephant man, boy.
the man was crazy, Reggie. Ellie was crazy. Ellie was half a chain, Reggie.
Yeah.
We just have to talk it as it is.
Yes, yes.
You know, the man turned over his ship here.
Ellie and the madness as per usual.
Ship a run up and down. Him turn it over.
Yes.
Right. But overall though, you would say everybody did well.
Everybody did well. Everybody did well. New culture kick off the live segment and that was
no turning back from this.
No turning.
All right, but tonight is Beresford Hammond and Richie. You're on tonight as well. Who are you backing?
We're on with Richie Stevens tonight about what? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Nice.
And trust me, we rehearse at top class.
I was asking you to give you, I was just about to ask you to give me a sneak preview as to what to expect from Richie.
And you know, Richie is an energetic person. And him plan to bring him A game. And we saw it in rehearsal and him coming at me.
It's a little bit something like that rehearsal. Just sing 2 hours, Richie, I'll sing tonight now.
Johnny, I want
to singing and my thing, but we'll try a thing sometime.
I want to ask you something as it relates to, I know you've seen several different elements of entertainment and stage shows. What is the vibe like for this year for Love and Harmony? Tell us your take, in terms of what you're seeing, because you're not surprised when it comes on to certain things in entertainment, but tell me about this vibe that you're seeing currently as it relates to this cruise.
Well, to be honest, not into the Love and Harmony cruise. You see more elderly people. This year I'm seeing a lot of young people, which is, it's showing that young people start to appreciate this type of music. And I love what I'm seeing. The energy vibe out there was good. In terms of production, could be a little better. I saw what happened last night with Killer.
Right.
The mic.
But it's a learning process though.
Yeah. It's a learning process. Yeah, building. But overall, it's a nice one.
Awesome. So, we have to go right now because it's in music news. And of course, there's a lot more things that is there to talk about. But, of course, we have to connect with our audience and our listeners. So we invite all the persons, of course, to be a part of the social media spaces. Like we said earlier on, we're on our way right now to the USA. We're on our way to Florida as we speak, Miami to be exact. So, we touch base with the team, of course, later on again. So, Vivian, on behalf of myself, Courtney Mack, Nicholas Evans, Big
yes,
it's over to you.
By the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, ICE. The detention comes mere 2 weeks after the artist was arrested in Florida on gun charges. Days after his arrest, it was reported that he posted bail. However, checks revealed that the sub-out DJ was transferred to an ICE detention center in Florida. Squash, who resides in Florida, was charged with possession of a concealed firearm, specifically a short-barrel shotgun, rifle, or machine gun. This is not Squash's first encounter with the law. In 2023, he was arrested on immigration-related charges. Additionally, in 2019, the Montego Bay native was arrested by police under the SOE. Squash has gained significant following in the dancehall scene and is known for hits like Money Fever and Trending.
Email names first. Nafisa. 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 Nafisa means precious. That should have been Nafisa, Yeah, Nafisa. Precious. Naima. 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 Naima means graceful. Graceful. Nana. Mother of the earth. Mother of the earth. Ngozi. Ngozi. Ngozi means blessing. So that's Nafisa, Nafisa means precious. Naima, Naima means grateful. Nana, Nana means mother of the earth. And Ngozi, Ngozi means blessing. Male name. Nwadi, 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 Nwadi. Nwadi means a valuable child exists. A valuable child exists. Ofon, 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 Ofon. Ofon means blessed one. Blessed one. Adoa. Adoa. O-D-U-O-H-A. Odoa. Means the leader of the people. Okolo. Okolo. O-K-O-L-O. Okolo means friendly. So that's male names. Male names. Nwadi, N-W-A-D-I. Available child exists. A valuable child exists. Ofon, O-F-O-N, means blessed one. Odoa, Odoa, O-D-U-O-H-A, Odoa, leader of the people. And Okolo, O-K-O-L-O, Okolo means friendly. But she did something today. We'll be back here next week, Wednesday, with the cutting edge.